Hello, welcome to my Mark 1 Skoda Fabia. 3-cylinder, 2009, 110,000 miles. Absolutely cracking car. Picked it up for the princely sum of £675 from the auction. Unfortunately, my supposed bargain turned into not so much of a bargain when I had to add on the auction fees. They normally charge 10%, but below £1,000 they charge £200. Sorry, not 10%, I mean 2%. But below £1,000 they charge a flat 200 quid. Plus there was an extra 100 quid in there somewhere. Anyway, it all added up to just over £1,000 in the end. Regardless, absolutely fantastic little car. My intention was to buy it just to flip it, but we've been driving around in it. We found we quite like it. It's been really, really well looked after. One owner, from new. It's been serviced year in, year out at a Skoda main dealer. I mean, who does that? It's in really good nick. I mean, there's a few scratches and, you know, marks on the bodywork and the usual sort of stuff, but, you know, it really is in good condition. So all I've done so far, we've been driving it around for a couple of 3 weeks. I've had it MOT'd. It sailed through, absolutely no problems whatsoever. I mean, again, it's been really well looked after. So my intention now is I've just got it up on the ramps. First time I've ever used the ramps, actually. And I want to get underneath and do an oil and oil filter change, so we know that's sorted and we don't have to worry, basically. So on we get. Okay, so here's the oil filter. Tiny little 3-cylinder engine, so it's a bit gutless, but it's a lot of fun. So I don't have a socket big enough to get this this oil filter off or out, so I'm going to have to use an adjustable spanner. Now that's the alternator directly underneath. I'm sure there's a reason for putting the alternator there, but it's just going to get oil all over it. So I think we'll put some of this down here because I'm a bit cack-handed. I'm bound to spill oil into the alternator. So let's stick that in there. Right, the gloves. Now, it's good practice to open the filler cap, and let's just push up the dipstick as well so we can get air in. And we'll try and crack this. I don't know if that's going to fit. I can't even get that. Oh, it literally just fits. Okay, so lefty loosey. There we go. Okay. And there, you see what I mean by the oil? Jesus, look at it. That would have all gone straight down into the alternator. Auxiliary belts down here as well underneath, so you really want to be getting oil all over them. But thank God I put that towel there. That's just all come straight out. Perhaps I should have let the sump plug out first. But we're good. Yeah, you see, there's a couple of drips on the alternator, but it hasn't gone in. Oh Christ. Let's just clean up, because what will happen is this oil, where it drips down and the engine gets hot, you're going to get a fantastic smell of burning oil. I'm going to get my hand down here, clean up as much of this muck as possible. It's just fallen onto the inside of the tray at the bottom. This is a different filter. Okay, I'm not sure we've got the right filter here. Right, so, how frauds. So having used the little flippy out, sheety, booky thing with all the oil filters when I bought the original oil filter, and getting the exact part they said for a 1.2 Skoda Fabia, Fabia, whatever it is. Well, as you saw, it didn't fit basically. So I've just been back to Halfords, and they didn't have. So I looked up online, gave me a different part number for my car. Look in their book, you get yet another part number for my car. So that's not confusing at all. Go to the front desk, and the bloke says that the one I actually need isn't in stock anyway. So. That's really confusing, and it's a bit shit by Halfords, to be honest with you. Anyway, went around the corner to Euro Car Parts, gave them my reg number, bosh. Got the exact part that we need, which is the one that I was actually looking for in Halfords. So, yeah, beware of Halfords. They're great, but sometimes they're a bit clueless as well. Right, let's try and get this out. Okay, oh, there we go. That's a bit better. Right, beautiful. Let's just see if we got any muck in there. It's grubby, but there is no particulate matter at all, which is good. So, we need to get, let's just check we've got an O-ring in here. Yes, we do. Right, one new O-ring. That looks like a much better size. Let's just check. Hurrah! We have the right size. Okay, good. Now, let's get the O-ring off here. Okay, old O-ring off. Right, there we go. So new O-ring on. Okay, filter. Now I believe it doesn't matter which way round this goes. I think it can go either way round. I guess we're about to find out. God, bloody hell, that's tight. Jesus, that's really tight. There we go. Just needs a bit of persuasion. Okay. Right, I'm just gonna get a bit of oil around here just to help it seal. Now, ordinarily, I'd pour a bit of oil in here as well, but there's very little point because it's going to be inverted, so all the oil will just flow out. Whether that's right or not, I don't know. You can tell me if I'm wrong in the comments, but intuitively, that's all just going to come straight out. Okay, good, so that doesn't go any further. Right, let's get this in. There we go, down in there. Lovely oily hands. Now it says 25.5 Newton meters, but this is actually plastic. So I'm just going to nip it up with my adjustable spanner. This engine's really hot now, so everything's expanded, which is making it more difficult. So I can't get this bloody thing on now. So I'm just going to nip it up. It's still turning quite easily, so I'll go a bit more. There we go, right, so that's bottomed now, so I'm literally just nipping it up. There we go. That's got to be about 20 Newton meters. Right, so that's in. Okay, so here's the sump. I've got a 6mm hex into the sump bung. So we're going to crack this. Now this engine is hot, so this is probably going to come out quite quickly when it does come out. Okay, so how much of this is going to go on me is the question. Oh, I can feel the pressure. There we go. Right, so we're just going to let that drain for a few minutes. So we're going to have one turn off finger tight. Nothing crazy. Just clean all the muck off here. Okay, now all we need to do is get 3 litres of oil into the engine. Okay, so it's not terrible, but it's definitely due a change. I don't think it's been serviced since last year. I mean, the service book is bang up to date in the car. I think it was last September or something, but it's done quite a few miles since then. So yeah, needs a change. That's okay. So we need 3 litres. This is a 5 litre jug. I'd say that is pretty much spot on.